Production.
Hello everyone, I'm Benjamin Contreras, and welcome back to the Jasper Chat Production Show. Now, today is going to be a very special video because this video is actually going to be a reading project for a book that I'm reading. And the book in particular is called In the Courts of the Crimson Kings by S.M. Stirling. Now, I actually haven't gotten a whole lot into this book. Like, I've only gotten a few pages in, but you'll see how much I'm enjoying this because first things first, the book takes place in early 2000, and the main character, Jeremy Wayman, is an archaeologist, and his dream of traveling to Mars and going through some of the dead cities in Mars comes true, and him and other space travelers travel to Mars, and a member of one of the alien races called the Terrans shows them to one of their cities, and you'll find out that some of the space travelers are sort of having doubts on these creatures because they're wondering how can they work for them. I mean, they seem to be very rich, and their tempests are curious and very powerful. And we're later introduced to a female character from the alien race called Teyud the Halt, I believe that's how she's pronounced, and she's one of the recurring characters in the story. She's one of the characters who has more development, and she has a lot more interactions with the space travelers, and all that. Now, one of the main lores behind the Mars area is the Crimson Kings, and the travelers later discover a lost city called Rima Diza. As you can see, a majority of the alien planet and the names of the groups have these very weird languages, and of course that's what it's named after. The title of the book is named after one of the many treasures that the Terrans worship, and the female alien also mentions a secret that links her to these ancient lords who they believe they reshaped the solar system during the time of the dinosaurs. So yeah, there's a lot that's going on in the story. There's a whole lot of different controversies that the travelers and the aliens go through. There's a whole lot of interactions with the characters and the female alien, and the way they show the lore is very smooth. They really develop it a whole lot as the story goes on. Also, there's also a lot of educational type of stuff about Mars in here because it shows how different it is from Earth. It says that Mars actually does have a lot of water and islands, and a majority of the cities have a whole lot of depth of feel to them. As you read about the cities, and as they discover them, they'll find out more about them. And yeah, the space traveling theme is really put to good use here. They really show they're giving their own interpretation on what they believe is on Mars, because all the different the dead cities, and the way the alien races are. It's not what you really think of when you think of Mars. So there's a lot of imagination in this book, and I have read about 127 pages into it, and I believe there's 357 pages. So there is going to be a whole lot of reading in this, but that just goes to show how much effort must have been in this book, because there must be so much more that I haven't read about that are in these many pages that I haven't read in. So yeah, I am by far really enjoying this book. If you're like a fan of like the space traveling, like Star Trek, Star Wars type of feel, I believe that you'll enjoy this like how I am. But yeah, I actually got this. I actually didn't buy this, but I actually got this from one of my teachers. She had it. He had it, and I was desperate for getting a book because I needed one. So I found this, and I was like, "Oh, this looks like it's about space travel. This might be good." Also, you can see right there. It's also $8. But I'm not quite sure if that's actually how much it can possibly go for. But yeah, I I'm not sure if I can really, rank this book because I've only gotten so little into it. But for as I'm reading, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. Mostly because I haven't gotten through it all, and once I get through it all, I'm sure that my rating will indeed change very high or possibly low, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be very high. So, yeah, until then, I'm Benjamin Contreras, and bye.